Hello guys, this is awesumkid here, and today I'm going to be doing a Minecraft video. This is going to be my first video on the share channel with me and a few other people. I do have my own separate channel, but I'm going to be uploading most of my videos on this channel from now on. So, depends what channel you're watching this on, I'm probably going to upload it to both. So, if you're watching it on the one, subscribe to the other, I'll give a link to both. So as you can see here, me and awesumkid have done really well, and we're in the final 3, and well, we're just going through the feast. We've both got really good armour, and we're just thinking about how we're going to have our final fight and all those different things. Most of the final fight and all the other fights we have will be sped up, because most of them weren't very interesting and it was just me chasing the other person. So as you can see here, I've got a lot better armour than awesumkid. He's just got diamond leggings and diamond shoes, and I've got full diamond except for the helmet. So obviously we'll change that when we have the final fight to make it a little bit more fair. As you see here, he's getting ready to blow up the feast, and I quickly repair my helmet while I'm waiting, because a lot of the time in the final fight awesumkid will retreat and set stuff on fire, and because of him doing that he will do a lot of damage to me and often break my armour. awesumkid, being him, decides he's going to put way too much TNT in the feast, and as you saw just there, he almost had me and almost put me down to very low hearts. I don't know if it would have killed me, but it definitely could have done a lot of damage. But as we noticed today in the mod now, in the top right hand corner, it says that there's only 2 players left. So we just noticed that now, and I say, okay, let's fair fight. Both have iron chest plates, but I think awesumkid backstabs me soon. I'm not sure. He might. I can't remember what he does actually. He's quite annoying though, because he likes cheating. Yeah, he attempted to backstab me. Then he realised I hadn't. Because the idea was he was going to try and kill me when I wasn't wearing any armour, but I quickly changed. And he I don't know what he was thinking, to be honest. As you can see here, I quickly went over by here, trying to find him an iron chest plate to make it a little bit more fair. And I'm going through the loot. To be honest, no one else really had anything interesting apart from soup, so it was a pretty good fight before the feast, and I didn't upload it or record it, which is a little bit annoying because I did mean to, but sadly I forgot. Anyway, we decided we're going to do no potions because strength can really slow down a fight, and if you ask me, I really like quick fights, aren't that fun, so I get rid of all these pointless items to make room for soup, and then make as much soup as possible. And then I trick him into thinking it's about a start, and then he gets a little bit angry and decides to tower, even though we agreed that there's no towering. And obviously he has loads of potions here, so I just get rid of them all. Anyway, as you can see there, I think he was a stomper, so he was just threatening to stomp me, and as you'll see in a couple of minutes he'll actually attempt to stomp me, which is a little bit annoying, but that's the kind of thing that he does. But anyway, here I'm looking through to him because I'm boxer, so I'm going to take half a heart less damage, which I'm probably a little bit better at PvP than him. So I say, well, to make it more fair, I'll put iron boots on instead of diamond, and then obviously he can keep the current armour that he's wearing, so it's very fair in that way. So I get rid of all these blocks that I don't need, although I am slightly worried because I've got a feeling that he's going to tower. So, I keep them on the floor rather than burning them, because you never know, he could just easily grab the blocks, tower, and stomp me and get an easy kill. So, as you see here, I quickly put all the soup in my hotbar, so now all I have is flint and steel and soup. We ended up deciding on that's what you're allowed, just flint and steel and soup, and he had a huge advantage because he had the better armour and he had a diamond sword. And he tried to kill me here with another sneaky trap, but obviously, as you'll see from my point of view now, it was really obvious trap and I could see it. So we quickly give him some food, I take some food and he eats that, and then we start. So we do a countdown now in the scout hall, and as you see now, he'll run across over there, he says go, and he'll just turn around and run behind that tower, thinking that I can't see that huge amount of TNT stored up behind there. But he said that he knew it wouldn't hit me, but I knew he was planning to kill me in that way, because he has a lot less wins than me, even though I don't have much. As you see here, me being me, I'm failing with the soup constantly chucking soup when I don't need to, and it's a little bit annoying, but as you see here I quickly get a refill anyway and it's not really a big deal. And I've got this fight in fast motion because it isn't a particularly good fight. He just retreats for most of this, as you'll see. He'll start attacking me by here, but then I'll set him on fire, and it turns out lava's not allowed, so I stopped here and said okay, and I accidentally clicked away my sword, which is a big mistake because he got a lot of hits off on me, as you see there, and I had to quickly resoup, get my sword back in my inventory, but luckily he decided to resoup and I got a lot of nice hits off on him. And then obviously, even though we said no doing this and placing blocks behind you as you run, he decided to do it anyway, and he ended up falling into a ravine, which is quite funny, but I didn't manage to hit him off, and I got a little bit worried because I thought I was going to drop my sword, but I didn't in the end, and I just broke these blocks and quickly towered out. It's quite funny by here because I accidentally set myself on fire instead of placing blocks, and then I eventually tower out, and just as I tower out I noticed him jump into the ravine. So I quickly jump over here, quickly put one more soup in my hotbar, and then he's complaining because he says he didn't have much soup, so I took that time while he was complaining to make myself some soup to get that little advantage, even though he had much more materials than me to make soup with. As you see here, he quickly makes the soup and starts dodging my fire that I'm placing, and then puts a ton of fire of his own, but luckily I jump straight in the water, get a few hits off on him, and then we have a nice little fight by here. And again I drop the soup by accident, but I go back in and pick it up and get rid of all the fire because it was quite annoying. And then as you see in a minute, I knock him into the water, and I think, oh well, I've got the kill here now because he's not going to be able to escape this. So you see, I knock him in. He jumps into the water with me, and I think, oh, I've got this fight, so I quickly drop the flint and steel, thinking I won't need it, get some nice hits off on him, re-soup, and I'm thinking my he's going to die any second, but I knock him out by accident, and I knock him just out of the water, and he just turns back and re-soups, which is a little bit annoying, but oh well. As you see here, he runs, and I'm like, oh, I've got him now, surely he's on low hearts, but that little bit of armour really helped him, and he just managed to retreat, and he's re-souped by this point, so he's just running and waiting for that fire to wear off, and I quickly end up pulling over here to get in front of him, and he takes that time of me end up pulling too far in front to re-soup and get out his flint and steel. I quickly drop that chest plate because I don't really need a gold chest plate, and I pick up the soup that I dropped earlier and run back in and start fighting him again. This is quite a long fight now, with just us going all out. The only difference between us really is I can quick drop. He's actually a really good PvPer, even though neither of us are one of the best. We both work really well as a team, which is quite good. As you see here, he actually crashes, which is a little bit annoying because I wasn't sure if I was lagging or if it was him. So he starts hitting me here, and I keep telling him not to hit me, and I hit him anyway though. But the reason we didn't want to hit each other because any second you could just disconnect and PvP log, which would be a little bit annoying. So as you see here, I just skip ahead back to where we start fighting again after the internet starts working properly, and we start the fight. Straight away he sets himself on fire, and he, like I said, he's retreating again, getting out that flint and steel, and because he's always retreating, he's taking a lot of hits and he's getting all of his armour really damaged, and it's a bit of a stupid move really. He should just turn and fight me because I have a lot less soup than him, and if he fought me he could probably kill me. And you see here he turns away and starts wasting more of his armour because he's taking lots of hits, even though I am as well. His armour breaks here, which is quite a big turning point because now he's taking a lot more damage than me. But sadly, as if you just keep an eye on my hunger here, this is really annoying, and it was really frustrating because he claimed that it was unfair after this because I couldn't run here. It was just a little bit annoying. So I didn't ask to stop the fight though, because I thought that that would be a little bit bad if I asked to stop the fight at this point, because it's a little bit unfair on him. So he quickly resoups here, so he's got a full soup hot bar and he can sprint, so he has a huge advantage over me. So I start attacking him, hoping to finish him off here, but sadly I do not, and as you see now my hunger is dropping down really low, and any second here I go into half a hunger, and now my hunger completely runs out, and I manage to convince him to stop fighting me. I tell him to chuck me all of his soup, but he didn't really want to, but in the end I managed to convince him and he chucked me all of his soup, which is quite good of him because it was a little bit unfair because he probably could have killed me there, but he didn't. It's just a little bit unfair on him, but nevertheless, it wouldn't have been very good to watch for you guys if I just died because I ran out of hunger. So you see here, I drop back by here, eat some steak. I've got full hunger now and 1 soup. And I asked if I can have some soup, and then we said that we'd have 1 hot bar each, and we just fair fight at the end. He has a slight advantage because he has better armor than me, and I'm missing my helmet and boots, which is, you know, it's very close. And he's also got a diamond sword, which is a huge advantage. So I'm thinking, oh well, I'm not going to stand much of a chance in this fight, but as you see, it's a very close fight, and when we get into the fight I start realising it could go either way, because he was just really good at PvP and I was doing well as well, but it was insane really. As you'll see though, he was a little bit unlucky towards the end because something happened which I don't want to give it away, but as you keep watching you'll see for yourself. He's quickly getting rid of all this soup, and very shortly we're going to begin the fight. So by here I check on my steak, I say eat the steak and then we can just get on with the fight. So he just quickly chucks the rest of the soup away because he didn't want to have any spear in his hotbar. Well, I didn't want him having any spear in his hotbar because he is known for cheating in the final fights quite a lot. But anyways, you see here, he breaks these blocks so no one picks up the soups. Especially me, because I'm quick dropping and I can easily run over the soups and pick them all up. But not that I would want to, it just, you know, it would ruin the fight because we'd have to stop again. But anyway, as you see here, he runs around a little bit, then eats a steak, and then we say go. I quickly change the steak for a soup and we start fighting. As you see here, we're having quite a good fight. He's getting some nice hits off on me and I'm hitting him an equal amount of times. We're both doing really well, getting lots of hits off. And for a moment here I thought, well, I'm done, you know, he's got the advantage, he's got better armour, he's got a better sword, I can't really do much. We're both souping completely fine and it's going to be very easy for him. But here is a key turning point in the game. It's his chest plate breaks, and I put it into slow-mo for you guys to see it a little bit better, and I start getting some nice combos off on him. So you see here, he hits me once, I hit him once, but I hit him a second time there, and then I hit him once by here, hit him again, and hit him a third time and a fourth time to finish him off. So if it wasn't for all those hits I got off, we'd only had 2 off